So you've got sort of your kind of sort of pianistic arrangement, which is the kind of thing I would play doing the gig you do, or you know, I played a wedding the other day, wallpaper in a hotel, and that's the kind of thing I would play there. But what I might then do is maybe drop into a bit of stride. And what makes that probably a bit more contemporarily jazzy is the voices I'm using up here, rather than sort of the standard chording types. That kind of thing. I'm using what they call the rootless voicings. Have you heard of those? Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, I did learn a few. I was like years and years ago about Mark Levine book, you know, so I learned a few of the, you know, in the two different positions.
Yeah.
That, you know, they're not immediately to fingers now.
Right.
But, you know, I do. I mean, I actually probably use them more in my right hand than in the.
Well, you will do if you're singing, you see, because that's the other thing, you know. If you're playing sort of, even if you're just playing sort of. That kind of style. Those kind of things. So yeah, you will if you're accompanying the vocal line. But you can also use them in your left hand, and as a stride pattern they're particularly effective because they add a lot of colour.
Yeah, that's a very good idea to get the left hand used to that.
And you can drop the odd one. I use a combination really, I don't use them all the time. I play a straight A flat minor there, rather than, you know, the one with the 9th and a 7th. So that's quite a good thing to do, and that would certainly give you a bit more of a groove feel and get you away from this kind of root 5 one with the pedal down arpeggio. I mean, and you know, you can do that in the middle of arrangement as well. You can do the first chorus like that and drop into it somewhere else, or you know. And
it's, I mean, you don't. The thing with if I do stride, sometimes I think I'm doing a bit sort of, you know, it's root and then the 5th below it, and it's like pa. You know, this like. But you was like sometimes doing like 2 or 3 chords in the left. You know, which
you've got a couple of options to break it up. I think that's the key, really. I very rarely, even if the chord lasts a bar, I very rarely do that thing of root chord, 5th chord. Because to me, playing the 5th always seems to change the sound of the chord. It implies a different chord. So what I might do is just maybe take our voice in for a couple of inversions.
Oh, I see. Right, that's
The other thing is if you've got so your chord progression here, B flat minor 7 to E flat 7 for a bar, rather than go, you know, I could do it the other way around. I could play the root first, then play the 2 chord voicings, then hit the root of the second one.
Right, I see.
So I'm going root, voicing, voicing, root.
Right. So the second voicing was of the second chord.
Yes, exactly. So rather go root, voicing, root, voicing, root, voicing, I'm going root, voicing, voicing, root.
Yeah.
And that just breaks up the monotony of the pattern. So if I do that sort of slowly, here you go. Take the voicing through a couple of inversions, and the voicing I'm using there for the E flat minor, I'm just using that rootless voicing where you just play in 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th. Take that just up to one inversion, come back down again, just to give a bit of movement, so I don't have to, because I don't like that, especially when we go into a B flat minor chord. I've already established B flat then, so it's it's too early. So just take that through those inversions. I would always recommend playing the right melody there as well. See the idea? It just adds a bit of... And you can add in little passing
very nice,
movements. And that's only diatonic. So E flat. And it's all within the D flat major scale there. I'm not doing anything more interesting than that.